In this video, you're going to learn how to solve your poker problems before they happen. Now, the idea for this video was from my client Chris, who messaged me to say, Adam, one of the things I like about working with you is that you help me to solve future problems before they become a thing. And he said you should do a video on it to help other people with this same concept. So the reason most people have problems is they're very reactive. Whereas if you want to solve them before they happen, you've got to be very proactive. So I'll talk about the difference between the two and how you can start to cultivate a more proactive mindset so you can actually future pace and solve problems before they become a thing. So a reactive person is always a step behind. They wait for deadlines. They wait for consequences of not acting. So someone who's reactive wakes up in the morning and checks their phone. They do go to work and start grinding or studying because if they don't, they wouldn't make money. And everything's about a consequence, and they react into stuff. They almost like spend their days putting out fires, doing things because if they didn't, they'd feel bad, this would happen. And as a result, problems come your way, lots of problems. And instead of planning against them, you just solve them as they come up. So you're generally fixing problems, always going towards fears, or away from fears, sorry. You're focusing on the fears, and you're basically spending your life fixing stuff. Fixing problems and moving away from fears. Another thing is you're winging it and you're very inconsistent, most likely if you're a reactive person. And the reason for that is it's very hard to be consistent if you haven't got structure and plans. And as a result, problems are coming your way thick and fast, and the best you can do is just to react to them to the best of your ability. With that framework of being a reactive person, and I know this because I was reactive most of my life. I waited for things to go bad or wrong before I took action. If things are going good, great, I'll just wait until they're going bad and then I'll act again. So this is one frame of thinking and one mindset. But if you want to actually have less problems in your life, you actually want to get towards your goals, you want to be making more and more progress, you've got to switch from being the reactive person to being the proactive. So reactive people are driven by away from fears. When you're proactive, you're moving towards your desires. You're stepping towards what you want, not away from what you don't want. And proactive people take control. Proactive people have good morning routines. They wake up in the morning, rather than checking their phone, they look at their schedule, or they meditate, or they plan stuff out. And it's subtle changes, but it changes every area of your life. It stops you from having problems come up. You actually handle things before they come up. So someone who's proactive is going to prevent problems. They're not going to wait for them to come up because they're going to future plan. They're going to think about the future, they're going to plan out their days, plan out their weeks, and problems won't come as often because they've already planned against them. So proactive people are generally going to be organized, they're going to have consistent plans, and they're going to be executing on a daily basis. So as a poker player, a lot of players live their lives very reactively, and based on fear, they grind to make a bit of money to get their situation a bit better. But at any point, you can switch. You can switch to be a more proactive person. You can switch to be more organized. You can start moving towards set goals. And the first thing you've got to do is go, okay, you know what? Being the person who deals with all the problems and using fear as my motive isn't working. Or it's not getting me ahead. Or it's too stressful. And then you go, you know what? I'm going to start committing to being more proactive. And the first thing you do, you stop your life and you go, what do I want? What do I want in life? And you start writing the goals, the things that you're working towards. Then you start going, okay, if I was to achieve those goals, what would that look like? What would I have to start doing? And you start creating plans. Then you start creating schedules, systems. Then you start going, okay, these are my weaknesses. How do I improve those weaknesses? And everything is done from an element of control with the future in mind. So proactive people, very future orientated, whereas fear-based people are more past orientated, or at least present orientated and trying to avoid things going wrong. So if you are a proactive person, chances are you can have amazing success. If you're a reactive person, it's very hard to get your life on track. You need circumstances just need to work out just right for you. There needs to be enough consequences and negative deadlines and outcomes that could come your way if you don't, to force you into action. But you're always going to have problems. So if you can just plan better, if you can just think about life more, make a detailed plan of where you're going to and start to create systems in alignment with that, it's amazing how many problems you can avoid. Problems often come up because we're caught unnoticed. If we're prepared, if we're executing well, we can avoid almost all of them. Now, if you're someone who wants to start being more proactive, having clear systems, goals, structures that are in alignment with your biggest goals, and you'd like to work with me one-on-one to help you do that, you can click on the link in the description to apply for some spaces in my peak performance program. There's only a few spots available right now. Fill in the application and I'll be in touch to arrange a call with me. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. There's going to be plenty more coming from me very soon.